In the heart of the Kimberley lies beautiful Broome, a destination synonymous with pearling, a tradition that spans back to the 1880s in the region. Interestingly, the initial focus wasn't on the pearls themselves, but on the harvesting of pearl shells for the button industry. All the history of the pearling industry is here at the Pearl Lugger Museum on Broome's main street. Today, the owners of the museum are Broome tourism and pearling trailblazers, the Banfield family. And they're really well respected around town for their contribution to both the pearling and the tourism industries. They're the driving force behind Willie Creek Pearls, where you get to see in action a working pearl farm and learn modern pearling techniques. Fancy a drive? And it is an awesome tour, half a day, shell to showroom experience. You get to learn all about modern pearling techniques. You will have seen it on DWA. If you haven't, look it up and book a tour when you next come up to Broome. Paul is the CEO of Willie Creek Pearls. That shell, Pink Tarda Maxima, responsible for the Australian South Sea pearl, the most revered and highly prized pearl in the world. Paul has been part of the Willie Creek Pearls family for 10 years. He knows their story inside and out, and he's really quick to champion their success. Well, you got a few awards, I can see.
They've all got such great memories of receiving them and a really great testament to everyone that works in the business. But the pinnacle was probably the National Tourism Award that we won last year over on the East Coast.
Tell us how they ended up here in Broome, because it's my belief that the Banfields were a farming family.
Yeah, that's right. They moved to Perth in the mid-'80s and commenced working for Lord Alistair McAlpine, the pioneer of tourism in Broome. And once they were in Perth, an opportunity arose to come up to Broome, and they commenced the first bus service, taking people from the airport to the Cable Beach Club.
That just expanded it.
It did. It continued to expand, and they continued to work as a family, and they were operating day tours out of Broome. There's 4 siblings. There's Donna, Melissa, Darren and Robert, and they were all heavily involved in the business. Alda used to prepare all of the lunches and the morning teas before the buses would go out in the morning for the day tours, and Robert and Darren would drive the buses, and Melissa and Donna would play a supporting role back in Broome.
So it was a huge family effort.
Yeah, it was. It was a real family business, and it continues to be to this day.
But tragedy struck the tourism pioneers when 6 years after the Banfields began their venture, Don passed away. His 4 children and wife rallied.
Unfortunately, Don died whilst driving a bus as he had a heart attack on the way to Derby. And they were shattered as a family. But being a solid family from a farming background, they all banded together and they were inspired to continue to drive into the future.
Buying the Willie Creek Pearl Farm was a realisation of their father's dream. The bus business was sold and the family focused on turning Willie Creek Pearls into the award-winning venture it is today, both as a working pearl farm and a tourism venture. And as the Banfields have continued to innovate and educate in both fields, Don Banfield has remained with the family in spirit.
Chrissy, let me show you something pretty impressive. This is the Don.
Named after Dad?
That's right, named after Donald Banfield. And this is the biggest and most valuable pearl that we've ever harvested. It was actually grown by us on our pearl farm, and then it was harvested on one of our pearl farm tours by a 10-year-old boy.
And he didn't get to keep it?
No, he didn't. He was a little bit disappointed, but he passed it over to Robert Banfield, the owner, who was waiting outside the showroom as they came up from the masterclass.
What did Robert give him?
A big high five, followed by an icy pole. And everyone was absolutely elated at this. So it's about 20.12 millimetres in diameter, and it's valued today at $250,000.
Now, this is the sort of thing that, you want to come up here and be part of this, isn't it?
It is. It's just that the moment of harvesting pearls is something that you can't replicate anywhere. You don't know what's going to happen. When you open that oyster or when you're working on that oyster, operating on it, it's a bit like a new child coming into the world.
He's excited, isn't he? You're not leaving this place anytime soon.
Oh, I love what I do. I think it's amazing, and we're working with the environment. Mother Nature plays a huge role in what we do, and it's so great to be able to tell the stories to the people that come and visit us. I think that's really the thing that puts a smile on the dial at the end of the day, is that you can share this amazing and unique experience.